Welcome to the Cinematic Explainer. Today, we're counting down the absolute best budget-friendly cars of 2026. If you're a USA buyer on the hunt for maximum value, you are exactly in the right place. We're taking a high-stakes, fast-paced look at what your money actually buys today, and we're focusing heavily on the stuff that matters: affordability, fuel efficiency, reliability, and pure value for your hard-earned cash. We're skipping the luxury markups entirely. Today, it's all about real cars for real budgets. Okay, let's kick things off with a pretty brutal reality check. Take a second and let that number sink in. Because in 2026, there are exactly 0 new cars available under 20 grand. Literally not one. Just a few years ago, you could find a whole bevy of new cars well under this mark. But those days, yep, they're officially behind us. Everything's getting more expensive these days, right? Cars included. Which really begs the ultimate question. Is the affordable daily commuter officially dead? Have we actually reached a point where finding a reliable, fuel-efficient vehicle without completely draining your savings is impossible? Well, don't hit the panic button just yet. While the sub-$20,000 car is extinct, there's a fierce cluster of modern, highly capable vehicles hovering just above it. Section 1, pushing the 24K limit. Let's look at the absolute best options sitting comfortably under $25,000. Starting off our countdown, we've got a really fascinating matchup. Coming in at number 10, the Volkswagen Jetta offers an incredibly spacious cabin, a smooth, relaxed ride, and extremely frugal fuel economy for $23,995. But it's immediately edged out by our number 9 pick, the Kia Seltos, at $23,790. The Seltos gives you a massive cargo hold, an intuitive infotainment system, and a remarkably premium interior for slightly less money. The trade-off here? Well, both suffer from somewhat dull base engines. The Jetta has some tricky interior controls to deal with, while the Seltos can be a bit tiring on long drives because of its front seats. Still, for under 24K, these are fantastic daily drivers. Dropping down to number 8 in our fast-paced countdown is the Chevy Trailblazer, hitting the register at $23,300. This is a subcompact SUV that definitely looks the part. It's got a sleek, rugged exterior and a really roomy cabin. It even offers available all-wheel drive and a 3-cylinder engine. However, to keep that price tag low, it does suffer from some underwhelming powertrains. It struggles a little bit against sportier rivals, and the ride can be on the harsher side. So if performance is your top priority, this one's a slightly tougher recommendation. Now, let's look at some hard data, because low prices definitely do not mean low quality. Check out these top Carfax expert ratings. The Toyota Corolla dominates with a massive 8.2 out of 10, followed closely by the Kia K4 at 8.0 and the Seltos at 7.8. This proves that you can absolutely secure a highly rated, reliable vehicle even on a tight USA budget. And that brings us perfectly to our ratings champion. Sitting at number 7 with a price tag of $22,925 is the legendary Toyota Corolla. Sure, it might be showing its age a little bit, but it remains the complete package and an absolute no-brainer for commuters. Why? Because it offers a relaxed ride, available all-wheel drive, intuitive controls, and excellent gas mileage. Yes, its cargo room is a little below average, and some rivals have roomier rear seats. But when it comes to long-term reliability and fuel efficiency, the Corolla is an automotive icon for a reason. Section 2, sub-23K budget contenders. We're picking up the pace and breaking into a price point where the value propositions become incredibly fierce. Ripping right through the middle of the pack, at number 6, the Hyundai Elantra comes in at $22,625. It trades some underwhelming cabin materials and highway wind noise for roomy seats and absolutely outstanding fuel economy, especially if you go with its available hybrid engine. But slide right over to number 5. The Nissan Sentra saves you $25, coming in at $22,600. It provides a super smooth ride, an attractive and spacious interior, and a ton of standard driver aids. The downside? The Sentra's acceleration is incredibly lethargic. But as a value-forward commuter, both of these are stellar choices. But check out how the value shifts within the exact same brand. You might think a sedan is always cheaper than an SUV, right? Well, for even less cash than the Sentra sedan, our number 4 pick is the Nissan Kicks SUV at just $22,430. It's one of the most affordable SUVs on the market. It gives you far more cargo room and a long list of standard driver aids, making it excellent for tight budgets. Much like the Sentra, its single available engine has sluggish acceleration, but man, the space for dollar ratio is just off the charts. Section 3, the absolute cheapest cars. The pacing tightens up right here as we enter podium territory. This is where every single dollar saved counts. Taking the bronze medal is the all-new Kia K4 for $22,290. Replacing the outgoing Forte, the K4 is pulling a highly impressive 8.0 Carfax rating. It boasts sharp exterior styling, ample backseat legroom, a large trunk, and well-equipped trims. Honestly, it's a wonderfully pleasant car for your daily commute. The trade-offs to keep it at this price point: headroom in the back is a bit tight, the base engine is a little underwhelming, and it doesn't quite match the fuel economy of something like a Toyota Prius. But for under $22,300, it's a massive win. Just missing the crown is our number 2 pick, the Chevy Trax, dropping the price significantly to an incredible $21,700. So the really crucial point here is how Chevrolet achieved this price. They made strategic sacrifices, most notably skipping all-wheel drive entirely and accepting some so-so passing power. But what do you get in return? Pure usability. You get a highly attractive, roomy cabin with modern features and generous cargo capacity. It basically trades performance to be a fantastic, highly practical daily driver. And that brings us to the absolute floor of the 2026 automotive market. The absolute cheapest new car you can buy in the United States today sits right at $20,550. The number 1 most affordable, cheapest car of 2026 is the subcompact Hyundai Venue. Undercutting literally everyone else on the market, it delivers strong value and an impressively lengthy list of standard features for the price. It pulls a solid 7.4 Carfax expert rating and gives you good gas mileage, which keeps saving you money at the pump. But of course, to hit that magical $20,550 price tag, you have to accept the compromises. All-wheel drive just isn't available, the cargo room is tight, and the engine is undeniably underwhelming. Section 4. Which is your best value? As we wrap up this cinematic explainer, what does value really mean to you as a driver? I really want to highlight this quote based on the Carfax expert consensus across this entire list. Slow acceleration doesn't hurt value-forward appeal. Think about the cars we just covered: the Sentra, the Kicks, the Venue. Lacking a little passing power or skipping all-wheel drive doesn't ruin a vehicle's value if it reliably and comfortably gets you from point A to point B with great MPG. So I'm going to leave you with this final thought to ponder. When you look at the missing features in these budget kings, the tight cargo spaces, the sluggish engines, the lack of all-wheel drive, are those daily trade-offs worth the thousands of dollars you keep securely in your pocket? Only you can decide what your commute really requires. But one thing is for sure: true automotive value in 2026 is definitely still out there, as long as you know exactly where to look.